and welcome back, everybody. You are watching Games Done Quick's first ever Disability and Neurodivergence Hotfix special. If you somehow forgot that quick time frame, I'll remind you, I'm PT. I'll be hosting and hanging out with you for the next couple of games, and we've got some really, really fun stuff coming out here for this entire event. I'm super excited about the next game that's coming up, but I want to remind everybody one more time about who we are raising money for and the cause and the effort that we are engaging with today. So all weekend long, today, November 29th to November 30th, we are going to be raising money for the Autistic Women and Nonbinary Network, and they seek to respect the many ways people of, oh my God, I hit my mic. People can be different from one another, advocating for equality through disability justice and transformative justice, and promoting the neurodiversity paradigm and celebrating everyone's autistic identities. Their support includes meetups, community events, and aid for individuals facing adversity. And by sharing information, their goal is to build acceptance and understanding about disabled and autistic people and empower the community to fight for disability, gender, and racial justice. Now, I'm not usually one to do the plugs like this, but I'm going to need you to go over to awnnetwork.org to get you some more information and learn about this fantastic cause. They're great. They're wonderful. They're 50 out of 10 in PT's book, if that's anything of value to you. But what may be of high value to you is this next run that we're going to have by Shovelclaws doing Once Upon a Katamari, one of my favorite franchises under the sun. Shovel, you want to talk about some heckin' dang rolling things?
Yeah, this is Once Upon a Katamari. We're really excited. This game rules. I'm also joined by a good friend and a really excellent Katamari runner. If you'd like to introduce yourself, Gameit.
Hello, my name is Gameit. I've been running Katamari games since 2021, and I'm excited to show off this one. It's a brand new game. It's awesome.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started with the run. We have plenty of time in the early game to explain it.
But before you get started, can I point something out for the chat really fast?
Yeah, go for it.
So y'all had a poll earlier today, and we know who we're going to play as, and we're not going to talk about how everyone fumbled that assignment. I'm going to be past it. I'm over it. My feelings have already been checked out, but I want to catch everyone's attention down at the bottom, because you know that wonderful little Omni bar we be having that talk about things like incentives and stuff? Well, there's an incentive down there, and there's a bonus stage showcase.
Sure is.
And Shovel is going to do some extra rolling if we meet that incentive. So
we'll do much more rolling. I'll tell you what. More
rolling is necessary. Always be rolling, but we cannot always be rolling if we do not hit the incentive. If we do not hit the incentive, the rolling will stop. We must hit the incentive so that we can keep rolling.
Yeah, I do fear that. It'll stop either way, but we'll have more time with it, and you need more time to appreciate the true nature of rolling. So please get your donations in for the awesome charity that we're fundraising for. That I forget the name of. I'm sorry,
it's Autistic Women and Nonbinary Network. That's what my job is. I'm here to help.
Hit the layout.
I am here to help.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Your donations are going to a really great cause, and we're gonna get more stages if we hit that $1,000 mark. So get them in. Go, go, go. We only have like an hour and 20 change-ish. So I think with that, let's go ahead and get into the run in 3, 2, 1. Royal Rainbow or whatever. Oh my, I was tapped out. Okay. Anyways, so this is Once Upon a Katamari, the most recent entry into the Katamari franchise. Recently, if you're a Katamari fan, you'll know that this franchise has not had an original console game in nearly 15 years. It has been since Katamari Forever on the PS3, I believe. That is a ridiculous amount of time to go without a brand new Katamari game, and I'll say it, this game does in fact live up to the hype. We're in this brief tutorial where we're gonna learn how to get our bearings and how to roll up objects. If you've never seen a Katamari game before, let me introduce you to the best video game franchise ever made. Katamari is a very simple game. You play as the prince here, and his only goal in life is to roll up balls. And these Katamari balls will make up the galaxy. Hey!
That's exactly what it is.
I didn't say it.
No, listen, you're just saying what's on it. You're reading what's on the label, and I love that for all of us.
Yeah, it's this game is an extremely simple and extremely addictive formula that is really, really fun. With this game in specific, we're getting to our first freebie. Freebies are power-ups that have been in the series kind of with Katamari forever, but they're really highlighted in this game in specific. There are a lot of freebies to use. You just saw the magnet for the first time. That magnet is... You better get acquainted. He's really useful. But once we're done rolling up our cousin Cosme there, we're going to quit out of the tutorial and go into a lap 1. As large as possible one, the first stage. Unfortunately, this is the only stage in the game where we can't quit out early once we meet the size goal. So we have 4 minutes to kind of explain the gist of the game a little bit more. This game is actually really unique in the sense that it takes a bit of a collectathon angle on things. Because first and foremost, we have the crowns. Crowns are actually a required collectible that are scattered across stages. You can see one right here. We'll come back for it once I am a little bit bigger. The crowns are actually a big part of this game's routing, because without crowns, we literally cannot finish the game. So we need to make sure to get enough crowns during the route in order to actually finish the game. We need 60 in total, and there are a bunch of smaller checkpoints that frankly we're not super concerned about because it's pretty easy to hit those in specific. But 60 as a grand total is an actual challenge. I think almost every single person I know that's played this game got locked at that 60 crown mark during their casual playthrough. So it is quite a lot.
And
other than that,
can I just take a moment to highlight, too, that the king got to be one of the most diabolical people under the sun, because the entire premise of the Katamari series, if you're unfamiliar, is that the king keeps screwing up the universe.
Yeah, we'll talk some about how he does it in this game.
And then he tells you to go get crowns, and then all the crowns are different sizes, and you're like, bro, what do you mean? How are they?
Yeah.
Your head is one size. How is it 30 different sizes?
Never thought about that when you put it that way, actually.
I'm sorry. I had to get that out of my system. It's been bothering me so much about this game.
Yeah, no, that's fair, actually. I have never thought about it like that, low-key.
I assume some crowns are for the cousins, right? And they're different sizes in the levels. So.
Yeah, but all the cousins are tiny little babies, okay? Like, there's no way the, 5-centimeter crown is gonna fit on all of them.
At all. Some of them are using it as a hula hoop. It's a dress.
Right, of course.
It actually is like a whole bed. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, of course. The other thing we should talk about in this tutorial, Game It, if you want to explain the difference between hard dashing and soft dashing real fast.
Yeah, so in general in Katamari, the modern Katamari games, so just not Katamari Damacy, they have different different types of boosts. They're called dashes in the tutorial. The community usually calls them boosts. But if you basically do a boost as hard as you can until it's done, then it's like a strong boost and you go very fast, where you can actually just kind of stop halfway during the boosting input and get a softer boost. And in this game, they actually introduced a way that you can do a weak boost just by pressing the left trigger button, which is a bit of a simplification of controls. But as far as quality of life goes, it's actually very convenient. Even me, who's been running Katamari forever, I'll welcome the opportunity to just press left trigger to do a dash. It's very nice for speedrunning, and it actually helps us with. So I guess the differences are the amount of stamina used, because you do have a stamina meter in this game and in every Katamari game, and it's also how fast you go and how much control you have. So you just need to keep these things in mind when deciding what boosts to do. And in this game in particular, there's also some setups with our stamina, which we're going to show off in this game particularly. There is an exploit you can do with the stamina to great advantage.
Yeah,
very excited to show it off.
It'll be fun later on. It'll be a bit before we get there. It's about 15 minutes into the run, if I'm remembering the length about it correctly. But it's really interesting. This game's stamina has a lot of very strange quirks that are really funny, and sometimes you just kind of sit in place until your stamina completely refills and you can boost again, and that's really annoying. That makes me mad, but that's okay. All right, And that has gotten us through A Lap 1. Unfortunately, again, that we just gotta sit there for 4 minutes and roll stuff up. But hey, that's okay. I'm okay with this. It's the true casual Katamari experience before we get into the speedrun aspects. It's awesome.
Yeah, and a big joy about Katamari is actually just staying in the level and getting as big as possible without worrying about the timer. So it's nice to have a little bit of that sometimes.
Yeah.
Just to decompress.
It is awkward that it's right at the start, because like if that was like 40 minutes into the run, I'd be like, dude, this rocks. But it's like 6 minutes of really frustrating early game instead. That's okay.
I'd like to interject really fast and say that we got a $15 donation from Kamdar. Kamdar, can you tell me in chat if I said your name incorrectly? Don't feel bad if you have to drag me. I butcher names all the time. I just admit to it. But thank you so much for your $15 donation towards trans and disability liberation. And just as a reminder, we do have an incentive going. We are currently at 692 hecking dang doll hairs out of 1,000. That's $8 away from 700, which is cute, and 300 away from more rolling. I am trying not to be mean about this, but if you do not hit the milestone, the rolling will stop and they will tell the church. You have to continue the rolling. That is all I wanted.
That was a plot twist I wasn't expecting.
Listen, it's a throwback to a meme from like my era of memeing from a person named Sailor J. Yeah, and like she's talking about contouring. It's a whole thing, and if you haven't seen it, I'll share it with you later. But please continue explaining this new Katamari.
Yeah, of course. So we're getting into the first world, Edo, Japan. Japan is kind of the main hub of the game. This is where a lot of the game takes place. Obviously, I mean, it is Katamari, extremely Japanese game franchise, so makes sense. The core premise of this game is that the king has messed around with the cosmic scroll, and the cosmic scroll has ruined time. It's gone. It's everywhere. So we have to travel across the different time periods in the game in order to
Shovel. Just a moment. Make sure not to end the level.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I got it.
Yep.
What is happening? I didn't collect the crown. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
That stage, you have to roll up all of the objects in the room. We use a magnet to great effect in that level. It's very useful. The king is messing with the cosmic scroll and it ruins time. So we have to travel across the different time periods in the game in order to reconstruct time by rolling a Katamari. It's about what you expect from Katamari, but it's a really fun premise because it gives us a bunch of new stage locations to kind of play on that really wouldn't be able to make sense in a Katamari game. This is probably like the best way to innovate on the formula, in my opinion. Like, I think this is a lot of fun. And then we're getting...
I do enjoy the gimmick also, yeah.
Yeah. We're getting into only 50. This is a stage where you can only roll up 50 objects. The only 3 objects that we really care about are the crowns. So we'll get the 3 crowns really fast. Have to climb up this rope. For some reason, this rope lets us climb infinitely. Otherwise, we can't do that usually.
Yeah, so something you have to look out for on this level and in a lot of levels are random spawn points. So this is the first level where you really get it, where you spawn and you kind of... There's only 3 spawn points usually in levels where it's random, but you have to like kind of make sure you have a route for each individual spawn point.
That or you can just restart until you get the best one. But usually...
Exactly, and that is also the case, yeah.
Usually
sometimes you do have
multiple.
to respawn. Yeah.
And I'd like to add too, as I've played a little bit of this. I've done all the Japan section myself, and I full cleared it because I'm a perfectionist. That's why I can never speed run this. That level that was just completed too, getting just those 3 crowns when you have a limiter is actually super, super hard because you're focused on trying to make your Katamari bigger, but you also need to go get crowns. And if you run out of space, you're just like, oh, you hit 50, time to go. And you're like, but I have more crowns. They're like, we said it's time to go. Get on the rainbow. Get on the rainbow. And
they do kidnap us on the rainbow. It's okay. We're into the next era now, which is the American frontier, or the Wild West if you're, not Japanese, I guess. This first stage is a really good example of restarting for a specific spawn. I'm looking for a spawn on the bar because that lets us get a lot of drinks. This stage only cares about us rolling up beverages. So we're gonna spawn up on the bar here and then fall down here to roll up a bunch of these playing cards. These playing cards will get us a ton of size really fast and allow us to roll up a table of beverages. And when you only care about beverages, that's a lot of beverages to just pass up if you get a different spawn. So we really want to, well,
you know what? That's okay sometimes.
Yeah.
It'd be that way sometimes.
Cups.
Sometimes
we
rolling...
don't need them, but they are nice. The unfortunate thing about that is that that means we'll have to alter our layout, our stage route in the latter half of this stage, mostly because we're a little bit. Oh no, actually our size is fine. We just need the extra beverages. At this point.
Yeah, you can actually still get those cups later if you want. Like,
oh, I guess it's
coming down from the top layer. They don't despawn.
Oh, that's true. Actually, I haven't thought about that. See, this is why Gameit's a better Katamari runner than me.
Not this.
That's okay though.
Okay, before we do any more self-appreciating and while you're rolling up beverages, I would like to give a couple of shout-outs to some people because we do have some dollars coming in and I'd like to make sure that they're acknowledged. Like this $10 donation from LEA Kitty. Thank you so much for your aid towards intersectionality and education around trans women, autistic women, and non-binary peoples. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We also have a $6.66 donation, words are hard, from Half Hero DX. Thank you so much for your support. And then we have a $25 donation from Vanador. I see y'all out there in chat. Y'all think that I can't see you, but I can see you. And I also just am actively talking through this level because this one gated me for a hot second because the crowns here are actually nightmarish. And I'm just like, I don't think I'm smart enough to play Katamari anymore. But that's not true because everyone's smart enough to play Katamari. If you know how to roll up stuff, then you can play Katamari.
If you've ever been told to clean your room and we're like, I wish someone else would do this for me, then you're perfect for Katamari. And I know that's something we can relate to. I see the special title. Okay, I've killed PT. Sorry, my bad.
It's not hard to do because this game is just messy. I adore this franchise so much. It's one of the few games in my childhood that when I first got it, I was like, why in the world did my mom buy this for me? And I was like, never mind, mom's goated for this one moment. This is fine. Everything is fine. I'm just gonna keep rolling until life is content. Life is content. And then I just kept rolling. So I cannot express how happy I am that there is a new mainline Katamari game.
I'm in that same boat. It's very nice. All right, into the next stage, into Tumbleweed Terror. This stage tricked me into thinking my controller had such bad drift that I actually looked up a new controller on stream when I played this for the first time. Fun fact. I'm not mad. I'm a little bit mad. The core premise.
This level has like wind physics in certain areas.
Yeah,
but just not very visibly obvious.
It's like a little bit obvious if you think about the fact that you're a tumbleweed. I didn't think about that until I had already had a link to a new controller. This route is a little bit weird. The main thing is that this stage has a ton of magnets, just like an actual boatload.
What?
Magnets. The magnet power-up is extremely useful, of course.
Okay, I heard maggots, and I was gonna be like, uninstalling. Uninstalling, I'm not doing this. No, if I want maggots, I'll go back to Bloodborne. No, you said magnets. Please continue, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. The magnets in this stage actually allow for a lot of potential route possibilities. This is one that, like, we're all kind of just accepting that this will never be routed out exactly perfectly. I do a little bit different of a route where I use more of this magnet and collect this magnet so that I don't have to loop back around to this magnet later. It's a little bit fast, but a little bit slow. It kind of depends. The nice thing is that because there are so many magnets, there are really very few ways to royally mess up this stage. The rest of the route here is actually fairly straightforward, thankfully. There's one crown that we have to look out for in this kind of section where it's covered by tumbleweeds. I'm also out of stamina, which is a little bit unfortunate. There we go. But
yeah, one of the best things about Katamari is that it allows such flexible routing, 90% of the time, because it doesn't require you to necessarily do something, but rather just get a certain size, and you can do that in any kind of way. And the same with this level, like even though you need to collect a certain number of tumbleweeds, you can do it in any possible way, which is just extremely daunting, honestly, when the game came out and we were trying to wrap this.
There was a lot to go through, but it's actually like one of the core things that I really love about Katamari as a speed game. This is my first time running a Katamari game, but it's been a lot of fun to just explore routes, and eventually you get good enough to be able to think up things on the fly just because you know the stage layout. And that's actually a really important part of Katamari, because you aren't always going to be able to go fast and also get every object. It's kind of just a natural result of trying to be fast during the game. And it makes this game really skill intensive because of that adaptability. We're going into lots of gold now. Game it.
There's something really exciting in this in this run.
Yeah.
Let's watch Claws at the beginning.
We'll see if it works out. I'm hoping.
Hold on, I have to interject for a hot second. I see you posting burgies in chat. Why are you coming in here being disruptive? We are trying to raise money for Autistic Women and Nonbinary Network. We are currently at $718, and you walk in saying post burgie. How is this productive? Explain yourself. Why are we posting burgie?
I support you, chat.
Right now.
I'm sorry that PT's getting mad at you. You do have to donate. That I'm with her on that. But you can post burgies.
Word it like that. What do you mean? But no, you better stop those burgies right now. You better stop it. I see your burgies. You know what? Let me just also, by the way, thank you, the Nathan Nader for the $25 donation. I'm just, yeah, okay. What are we rolling up right now? Just gold?
Yeah, we have to roll up a lot of gold. That's like the stage name. The core thing in this stage is that at the very start we do something called, that I call at least. No, I don't think anyone else calls it that. But we do something called a dash chain, where by chaining dashes and managing our stamina in a very specific way, we can end up preserving our speed through the entirety of a dash chain. The way that we have to do it is a little complicated. I think GameIt knows a little bit more about it than I, if you want to take some extra time to explain it.
I can just go through it real fast. So the way that it works is that when you do a strong boost, when you're completely out of stamina, the game, I guess, for whatever reason, the whole time that you should be completely out of stamina and your prince is like unable to even do any boost at all, for some reason it just maintains your top speed momentum during that entire time that you're quote unquote huffing, is what we say when you're out of stamina.
Yeah.
So basically, Claws did a setup to do one strong boost, 2 weak boosts, and then the last strong boost activates the glitch. It's very good.
Sorry, I cleared my throat.
It's okay.
It's extraordinarily imperative that we call out a huge shout out to Twitch doing the thing and coming in and giving a fantastic $1,000 donation. This is again something that we're doing with Twitch for their Together for Good campaign supporting Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network, and they donated during probably one of the most baller games that they could. So thank you so much to Twitch. It is super duper appreciated. And that also means, based on the math that I'm looking at right now, we will be, in fact, more rolling. There will be more rolling, and I love that for all of us. I enjoy and endorse additional rolling at all times. Thank you so much, Twitch, for your support.
I'm content.
This pleases me immensely. Do I have a moment to go ahead and read a few more donations, or do you want to hop back into some explanations?
I would like to point out the fact that we skipped a 3-minute autoscroller because I loaded a save. That's it. That's it.
I love saving time.
I'm not gonna make chat sit through 3 minutes of an auto scroller where I literally just sit still. I'm sorry. It's I don't feel like doing that to you. So before the run, I set up a little save to load after Katamari Ball, and that'll take us into the Jurassic era, where we're into lots of dinosaurs. This stage has us roll up dinosaurs. It's my favorite in the entire game. I'll be saying that a lot. I do really like this stage though. This latter half is actually really interesting because of some of the strats that you use. The next magnet we're going to use is going to come after we get a crown. So I'm just right now building up some size, collecting some dinosaurs that we usually wouldn't be able to get. And once we're a little bit bigger, we can come up to the crown on this dinosaur's head in order to roll up this crown. I'm a little bit small, so I can't roll up the guys here. That's okay, though. We don't need them. We need dinosaurs. Okay, I got the last guy.
Yeah, you should be perfectly good here.
What a wild comment. We need dinosaurs. Okay.
That's true. Have you considered that? This one's for all the dinosaur kids in chat. I know they're out there.
Oh, they're definitely out there. For how much I see people saying we need Dino Crisis, we need more games with dinosaurs and stuff like it. Yeah, they're out there. They're absolutely out there. I did want to sneak in really fast and say thank you so much to Kamikaze Granny. Your name is baller, but even more ballers that you donated $25 towards Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network. Thank you so very much. And then we also have a $27 donation from Half Hero DX. Hey, didn't I read your name earlier? What you doing out there with all these donations towards a good cause? How dare you? Absolutely, how dare you? Please do not stop. That is not me saying stop donating. That's not what we were going for. And then we have a $1 donation from this All Right Dynamite individual. I hope they're having an all right day this fine Saturday where we're supporting Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network all day today on Hotfix, along with all day tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fun weekend. There are a lot of... Dude, I saw this schedule. I was like, oh my god. Okay. I didn't realize we were going that hard. I knew we were going hard. I didn't think we were going that hard. This schedule's like generational. It's wild.
It kind of is. I'm super hyped about today's schedule in particular, but I have bias because we get to close our day with some Sanic or close to it, and anytime Sanic is here, I'm having a good day. So that's fair and real. I don't know if we ever pointed it out. This is the wrong stage. Level. You know what?
You can press B.
It's fine.
Or circle. Yeah, you got it.
I always do that.
For your bonus stages. It's a preemptive bonus stage. That's all that is.
You paid for your entire seat. I'm just keeping you on the edge of it.
There you go. There it is.
We haven't pointed it out, but between stages, you can actually smuggle your power-up. So at the start of this stage, we'll start with a magnet from the last stage, and that's extremely useful, as you can imagine, because it allows us to very quickly roll up a bunch at the start of this stage. This stage is the first one in a bit where there's no gimmick. Okay, well, that's a little bit unfortunate. I accidentally did a Prince turn, which is... How do I back this up? I think I just use this upcoming magnet for the crown and then roll up a bunch of stuff on the way back, which is...
Yeah.
unfortunate, but it's not the worst. It could be much worse.
It could be dramatically worse, especially considering, like, the Prince turn only just got you hooked, which is kind of what kind of threw things off. But I think the magnet being where it was really just resolved a lot of the
magnet
issue,
usage.
The magnet is actually clutch city in this game. Like, I love this power-up, and yes, it's absolutely busted. That's why we love it.
Yeah, in this game in specific, it is really precise when you want to use magnets. There are a lot of times where we will literally wait to use a magnet for like multiple minutes.
Whole level.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's actually extremely tight sometimes where we really want to make sure that we're using the magnet in a specific spot. This stage is going to be really slow, unfortunately. I have completely missed the second crown. And I don't know where the fish that usually has it on his head is. So we'll find out together.
I'll keep my eye out.
I mean, at least you know that it's a fish that's wearing it, because I haven't gotten this far.
I did get it. Maybe I got it with one of the other magnets, Loki.
No, you have the second crown.
No, you only have one crown.
Yeah, you're missing the first and the third crown, it looks like.
We'll see. I know the third is here. Okay. Right, the only crown I have is from the crab. Okay, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I thought about it some more.
Yeah, so there's that one.
Up on this island is one, and then we will find the. I thought it's usually this fish, but
it is that same fish. It's just a different one.
That's fair.
Yeah, I was say he just.
It's fine. We're building up size anyways.
Oh yeah,
so
that works.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And also just try not to quit the level before getting 180.
Dude, I rolled up the fish, but not the crown. That's crazy, actually.
I see what happened, yeah.
No, that's actually ugly energy. Because we were all just talking about, and I literally, as you were saying, I was like, it's on the ground. Why is it on the ground? You said it's on a fish.
Okay, well, it's usually on a fish. Usually the magnet we use rolls up both the crown and the fish. I've never seen it roll up just the fish. I'll be honest. That's messed up.
That's very Katamari energy, though.
It's true. But that'll take us out of the Jurassic period and into the second instance of Edo, Japan. Edo is, again, this kind of main hub, and we'll come back to it every time we have the as large as possible stages. The as large as possible stages are kind of the core element of Katamari. They're the ones where you get a ton of time. You're in this one level that you progressively unlock more of, and it's a lot of fun. ALAP 2 has a really cool strat at the start of the stage here. We're looking for a very specific spawn. Game, if you want to talk about what this route is going to look like some. Oh, we got it instantly,
so this
thank
is
God.
the exact spawn. So we're going to do a momentum glitch here at the beginning. So one strong boost, a weak boost, another weak boost, and then one strong boost. And hopefully preserve our momentum. Yeah, unfortunately, I think there was too much time in between the boosts.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. That bonk messed me up. I was like, I don't know how to react to this. But that's okay. That's not, like, the worst. As long as you get to this area while the magnet goes all the way through, you're usually pretty fine. And once we get to 20 centimeters, we're going to unlock the next part of the stage. This is the first time we're going outside in the ALAPs. But we're going to use this other freebie that we have, the rocket here, in order to kind of zoom across this stage some. Usually you want to use that outside specifically, but because of the undersize of the first part, I decided we're going to use this a little bit early and just dash our way to the next crown and some of the bigger size chunks that we have. The outside here has this one little section up here where we get like 10 centimeters off of these blocks alone. It's messed up. It's so much size. So we kind of just beeline for that and then finish the stage by rolling this way.
I just want to take a moment to point out that the king had a quote on there that just said, you know what they say, flowers are useless, food is life, and I need everyone to understand that I am about to get that as a t-shirt and tattooed on my forehead. Oh my God. Oh my God. I have never felt more seen than that moment.
It's awesome. All right.
I was just going to mention that a kind of niche piece of knowledge that's useful when getting into this game, just to know, is that because of the way that size increments in this game compared to other Katamari games, it kind of benefits large collections of small items, as opposed to in previous games where you could maybe get the same value with just a few bulky items. So that's why that like stack of boxes is so strong, just because every single box gives you the exact same amount of size in a way that it doesn't really actually work like that in other Katamari games. It like dynamically calculates based on what size you are. So yeah, just watch out for that.
Me and Gamer are thinking the same exact thing right now, and I just need everyone in chat to know that.
Well, I am not thinking the same thing because I am thinking about reading some donations, like this $25 donation from Frozen Wings 144. Thank you so much for your support for today's event. It is super duper appreciated. I also have a $15 donation from this guy named GOG Polly. I do have to be mushy for a second. Thank you, babe. That's my partner who's listening to me yell and scream as a host from the opposite side of the townhouse. It's just like, yep, that's my girl doing their thing.
Oh, yeah.
And donating.
Love
it
that.
is super duper appreciated. And then we have a $5 donation from Dakpa. Thank you so much for donating towards trans, autistic, and non-binary liberation.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for the donations. Keep them coming. I know we already hit the rolling. That doesn't mean that I want it to stop. I want the donation Katamari to get much, much larger. It needs to be at least 2,000 by the end of this run. Come on, we can do that.
If there was a stage where we could just wait, there is a stage where we rolled up money. It's just way earlier. Never mind, my joke doesn't work.
No, it's actually way later.
Oh wait, there's a later money rolling stage?
Yeah, okay, actually, this is great. We can have a huge dono train during the lots of coins. This is awesome. This is a great idea. I support this.
I just got super excited because I love the way in which Katamari as a series also just finds the most nonsensical things for you to roll. Timeout, freeze frame. Are you rolling a man?
I'm going to talk about that some.
It's true.
Actually, damn it, do you want to talk about this stage? I know you like it a lot.
Yeah, so this is like kind of a nod to a We Love Katamari level where you roll up a sumo wrestler to be big enough to defeat his opponent. And in this stage, you're rolling up a noble to be large enough to fit these noble clothes, I believe is what's happening.
It has like a noble suit of armor, yeah.
Yeah, but just like in the sumo level in We Love Katamari, you're rolling like a person who's like oblong, not exactly a ball. So it's very hard to control in We Love Katamari, but in this game it's actually even harder because the physics are just I'd say they're more precise. So like you can roll him on the side pretty well, but then when he's right facing up, he starts flopping in ways you don't expect. And basically I compare the movement to the Block Swords video game on Flash, if anyone's familiar with that.
That's one for all like cool math babies.
Yeah,
it's me. I'm
very hard to kind of account for, but actually, once you get a handle on it, it's actually very satisfying.
Yeah, this stage is one of my favorites once you're good at it. Unfortunately, I did not roll up enough outside here. I messed up my dash management so bad, actually, but that's okay, because we can just come around again, and then we have all the crowns we need, so we're just gonna try to, pardon me, get gun through here. All right, roll up the armor there, and that'll end the stage. Yippee!
I'm just so happy that I hadn't seen that stage yet, and I got to actually mid-hosting blurb go, wait, that's a person. That is not a Katamari. That's horrifying. I do want to do a quick thing really fast. First and foremost, I want to say thank you so much to Jacko77 for the $67 donation, and to Vane for the $5 donation. Thank you so much for all of y'all's love and support. I would say Vane might be a known Bergie enjoyer in chat. We are currently at 1,000. Okay, fine. Someone else just donated. I just make me a liar, why don't you? Thank you so much, Seraplex, for making me a liar live in front of everybody with your $50 donation. Fine, you've been included. Jeez. We are currently at $1,840 for Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network. I think, based on the clock and based on the rolling, that we could hit 2K before the end of this run.
I know we can. I believe in Chad.
I personally believe. I
know Katamari got the motion. Come on.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Sorry.
All right, we're into the voyage at sea, or if you're not Japanese, pirates. This world is actually probably my favorite set of stages in the entire game. This first stage has us stranded at sea, of course. We're going to try to get a lot of size on this first little loading screen. We need to be a certain size. I forget exactly what it is. I think it's like 50 centimeters.
50 centimeters, yeah.
In order to progress to the next area. The main thing about this stage is that this kind of acts like a choose your own adventure stage, low-key, and we are trying to look out for, in the second part of the stage, an octopus that goes around and tries to get rolled up, because if it gets rolled up, it summons Cthulhu, like legit. And Cthulhu like sinks the whole ship and takes us underwater. Technically, I don't think it's actually that slow, but I want to stick to the routes that I know today, frankly. The routes I don't know is for the bonus stage showcase, okay?
Whoa,
yes?
You can't be exposing yourself like that! No,
yes, I can. You can't stop me.
Oh, you're right, I can't. I literally can't.
You have no control.
I'm not your real dad, so I can just, hop up out of here.
That's true. This is the octopus. I almost accidentally did a boost right into it, but thankfully we were a little bit larger than we usually are, so that's perfectly fine. Trying to think about how to approach this. We're gonna do our magnet here. I'm out of stamina, which is bad, but that might be fine. It might be okay. At worst, we can just climb up this this little box here for our next crown a little bit later, I guess.
You had to go around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get this magnet, and
So ideally, the magnet can get that crown, but
yeah, it
it's
is.
okay, you can do this.
It is a little bit unfortunate. That's okay though. We're gonna save this magnet for specifically next stage, because next stage has a really important dash chain. Dash chaining is where we activate that little momentum glitch that we used in Lots of Gold specifically earlier. And the next stage's start will have that same thing where we are going to, at the start of the stage, roll up an absolute boatload. Pun is slightly unintended. I just thought about it a little bit more, of wood in order to build a ship. Build a ship being our next stage. Build a Ship has my favorite song in the entire game, so low-key, I kind of just want to listen to it.
Also one of my favorite speedruns in the game.
Yeah, that stage is a blast to IL. It's like, I'm not much of an ILer nowadays. Like, I really don't play that many individual levels, but it's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. I played this for like 3 hours straight, just trying to get a good IL time. It's a lot of fun.
I just want to take a moment as well. I've been kind of talking about it in chat to say that if this is your first time experiencing Katamari, I urge you to please go out and get a Katamari game and play it. It's
true.
So cathartic. It's so fun. It is so engaging. And as Cookie Mom just said in chat, the OSTs in these games are so powerful because you want to talk about real Japan energy. It is some of my favorite music in a gaming franchise ever because it's always fun, it's bubbly, it's exciting, it fits the levels, it's corny, you roll up things that say help on the ground, like all types of stuff. It's delightful. And if you get the moment, if the OSTs alone, go and listen to the lyrics because it's some of the most diabolical stuff you will ever listen to.
It's true.
And it's just put to the most like happy, cheery, poppy, like, oh my God, I cannot. There's never going to be a day, I think, where I do not gush about Katamari as a game.
Yeah, this franchise is really good. This song is also just, I love this song so much. This stage is just so good, man.
Yeah, we don't even get to it. We don't even get to the, I think, saxophone solo in this song.
There's a saxophone solo. Like, come on. It's awesome. But finishing up this stage by rolling up a bunch of stuff. We want to actually use the rocket there because at the start of next stage, we're going to pick up the magnet, and we don't want to smuggle the rocket by accident. So we're gonna take it and immediately use it at the end. Otherwise, that stage went so well, I'll say. Oh my gosh. The start dash chain went actually perfect. Like best case scenario. So thankfully didn't have to adapt very much.
And while we're on the topic of the music too, I see some people pointing out in chat, for those of you who have enjoyed a Katamari title, I want to know what your favorite songs are, because one of my all-time favorite songs is actually from the original game, which is I'm just going to do the English name, Roll Me Up, and it's kind of like this samba, slow,
it's so good.
Really jazzy.
Oh, that one's really good.
It's so good. I've always wanted to do a dance routine to that song and just watch everyone else be like, what's this song? I'll be like, it's a video game song. Now what?
Yeah. The Katamari games, I don't know. In my free time, I watch video essays about Katamari because this game has briefly been a hyperfixation of mine. It's so good. It's so cool. Like, the stories behind this game, and We Love Katamari is just actually maybe the most perfect game ever. I don't know if it's my favorite game ever, It is maybe the best made game ever. Unfortunately, didn't get this crown, and now I'm huffed, so I also need to get this philosopher, because this is ancient Greece now. This first stage is a philosopher hunt, where we have to go around rolling up different philosophers. Philosophy is the greatest form of art, is something that I'm sure Plato said really and actually and truly.
Hold on, I have to call this out right now because Solara, don't play with my emotions. Do not play with my emotions, because if I ever got Katamari on the main stage, so I already have a plan for if I get Katamari on the main stage, but I am willing to put that plan on the back seat because literally Solara just said, please make that an incentive where if you get Katamari on the main stage, you'll perform an entire dance routine to that song.
That goes so hard.
Do not
sorry, buddy, we're doing that.
I would say, do not threaten me with a good time. Don't do it, because I'm especially back in my dance era. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. No, the way that my third eye just opened, and it's like, you are so right, bestie. You are so right. Also, we're at $1,865 raised for Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network. We are doing the thing on this
2K before
Saturday.
an hour in. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What the hell? Keep it going.
Yeah, we're doing the thing. Keep the energy rolling, some will say. I'd still love to see 2K by the end of this run, though.
Yeah, I that's so cool. That's awesome. I will also give a shout to GameIt. GameIt1 is running this game much more actively than me, so go follow him on Twitch, twitch.tv/GameIt with an one instead of the I. But also, GameIt is running this in AGDQ coming up in January. That run is going to be so good. For reference, GameIt's like 10 minutes almost on my PB, so like just a gamer of dramatic proportions. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm very excited, very thankful for the opportunity.
Yeah, it's gonna be just.
It's gonna be very fun.
I'm so excited for that run. It'll be really fun. This is Lots of Roses, kind of a parody of the last level in We Love Katamari, A Million Roses. We only have to roll up 5,000 this time, thankfully. Could you imagine just having 1,000,000 roses in the middle of a Katamari game? That'd be awesome. But we're gonna pick up this first magnet here and roll on over to the little cathedral here, and then grab just boatload of them there. That like fills up most of our quota. Need this magnet.
Yeah, it's actually there's a lot of these people with rose dresses that have like hundreds of roses that you kind of don't even notice.
Yeah.
Until you really dissect the level.
Trying to bring this magnet to the statue, but was a little bit slow. That's okay though, because we can just knock it down. I also need more roses, so I'm gonna just come on over here, roll up one more thing, and it's done. Easy. I should have just considered that, really.
Can I just take a moment too to talk about a couple other things about this installment of the game in particular that I think is a good entry for anyone who's not familiar with the Katamari franchise?
Yeah, go for it. We're entering into Edo 3, as I call it. So we're going to start with ALAP 3, which the start of this stage is pretty simple, actually.
So one of the things about this game in particular, I don't know if it got introduced with this one, but I think it did. So Katamari, to play it, uses both analog sticks predominantly, if not exclusively. That's how you roll, that's how you get on the other side of the ball, that's how you do sprints, all of that jazz. If you're like me and you suffer from the absolutely dreadful ailment of old, that might get a little bit rough on your thumbies. They introduced a simple mode where you could play with just a single analog stick, and to say that I am living my best life is the understatement of the century. It is.
It's really nice, actually.
Oh my god, it's so good. It is so good. So yeah, if you're worried about stuff like that, if you've seen these games, you're just like, oh, I can't. My hands don't do that anymore. They're thinking about us because they know how old their IP is, and they know how old we are. Be nice to us.
Well, I think the story behind Simple Mode, and this is totally canon, and I'm not making this up at all, is that a bunch of executives played Katamari for the first time with this installment, and were like, I can't play this.
Simple Mode was in We Love Katamari reroll, I believe.
See, that one I didn't get a chance to play.
Pretty new feature.
Yeah, it's nice. I think the reality is that in the speedrun context, the business as usual controls, as they call it, are just better. I don't know if anyone's really explored simple mode for what it's worth, but hey, we can have some innovators in chat if they want to run a Katamari game. This game is really accessible.
If it's better, let us know.
And someone in chat says it was actually introduced in Touch My Katamari, which continues to be a wild game title. It just...
Course knows what they're talking about, for sure.
Yes. And I was actually thinking about doing it myself because I know that now that we've got timetables and routes kind of plotted, I wanted to see how well it would kind of translate. But there's someone who's willing to do that innovation already. It's me behind the scenes doing it when I'm not sleeping and not practicing Cuphead, apparently. Allegedly, I'm practicing Cuphead, I guess, I suppose.
Hey, don't undersell yourself. You're running Cuphead in Back to the Flash.
And I was like, I'm running Cuphead and Back to Black. I'm kind of scared. But it's not about me. This is about you and your run that's going to be raising money for Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network. We are not doing the thing that y'all like to do where you try to pivot and be like,
we're celebrating my friends.
Yes. No. We're not. We're celebrating you. We're not celebrating friends today. Actually, we're celebrating you.
I don't know. I have a lot of disabled friends actually. So
okay, you know what? That's fair.
Now you're ableist. Now you're.
You know what? Now, see, you done went too far because I was gonna say we're also celebrating neurodivergent girlies, but
okay,
you know
true.
what? I'm being bullied. I don't appreciate this.
All right, chat. And if you ever get to run into GDQ, make sure you get the chance to bully your host. It makes you feel alive.
I'm being bullied, and I don't. Hold on. Lori says we're celebrating enemies. Yikes. Okay. What is happening? We're going We're going completely off the rails.
It's a Katamari game. What do you expect?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Oh my God. I walked face first into that. I can't even be upset about it. We can celebrate everyone, including friends. I'm muting.
All right. At the end of this stage, we are going to roll for a little bit longer. This is one of the rare instances where we don't immediately quit out upon getting the size goal. One, because we want to carry a magnet into the next stage, lots of yokai, but also because there's another crown down here, so we might as well come down here for the crown. It helps. This magnet is really important in the next stage. Lots of yokai is such a good level, dude. I love this level so much. It is so Japanese that it hurts. It's awesome.
The vibe is incredible. Everything is also like foggy. You can't, like see
you have
anything
to
until
pick
you
up
start picking
certain
up the
objects.
will-o'-the-wisps.
Yeah, it's really good. It's kind of like if you were in like a Silent Hill game, but also you were in Katamari, and also nothing's going to kill you. So like you don't have to worry that.
And there's very exciting techno music.
Is there a non-exciting techno music? Like I feel like by proxy of techno music, it has to be exciting.
No, okay. Y'all remember CBAT from a few years ago? That's not exciting. Come on, we can admit it.
Okay, focus face. Nope. Reminder to everybody, despite the fact that we're having a heckin' good time, we are here raising money for Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network, an organization that is focused on equity and inclusion for all peoples, no matter where they are on the neurodiversity spectrum. We are currently at $1,865. That means that we are $235 away from $2,000 raised. And again, as I said during one of our intro pieces in the pre-show, Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network is not a monster-sized, major-sized charity, so your dollars go even further when you're donating towards them, because this isn't something where you're paying for other things and stuff on the side, I'll say. This is something that you're looking at actualized, heavy-duty, boots-on-the-ground action. You're looking at things like making sure our publications get out there. You're looking at things like making sure people like our wonderful friend Grant Sutter at IGN get opportunities to talk about events like this that we're putting on. You're looking at opening the conversations and the floor to more inclusion and intersectionality. So please donate to a fantastic cause that is honestly just looking to make the world just a little bit less crappy. Just a little bit less crappy. And I'm saying the nice version because anyone who goes in my community knows that is not what I want to say.
Yeah,
that is not what I want to say.
I was so excited to see that, one, this was a charity event at all. That's so cool. Like, this usually isn't how these happen on the GDQ channel, so it's really exciting to see this be treated as such a special occasion. And when I saw that we were working with the Women in Non-Binary Autistic Network, that was really exciting. I stayed in the level for a little bit longer than I needed to because I was gushing about the really awesome charity we're working with. So, yeah, your donations really do better, and I really appreciate that we have even gotten close to 2K during this run. That's ridiculous. Thank you, Twitch. But everyone else who has donated to get us closer to 2K is really putting in work. It's so cool. Every day I am blessed.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a fantastic thing to see everyone come together and give your time on the weekend too to support something so awesome and so important and just so absolutely intricate to the well-being of so many people that are impacted by these communities. So thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah. I really can't express my appreciation enough to
also,
everyone
I'm a liar.
both hanging out and donating.
I'm a liar. I said $235. It's $135. I had a bad math moment. My bad. My bad.
All good.
I was charging out extra hundo for no reason. My bad.
Hey, it's okay. They won't notice unless they're like math people. And then, you know.
I was gonna say something to that, but I'm gonna behave.
All right, we're into the Stone Age now. We're getting into kind of the late game of this run. From here on out, the levels are quite punishing. In particular, we're gonna be coming up on ALAPs 4 and 5. ALAP 4 and 5 are so hard, and I'm nervous, but it's okay. Surely it'll be okay. Meika Hanawa here is a really simple level. We want to use this magnet much later, so we want to get big enough. We got a strike, nice. That's hard. That is actually a much harder thing than it might seem. We want to get up big enough to use this magnet while we are in the farm here, and then hopefully we will be able to just boost across to. Oh, I ran out of stamina to this crown. I'm gonna have to get a backup crown because unfortunately that bonk cost me. There's
another crown
right
in
here.
this level.
Ugh, the worst crown in the game, but it's okay. There's a really fast backup on this stage, thankfully.
Yeah.
But it is gonna.
There you go.
Okay, I got blocked by the big
You have to go under. You can
nose.
do it.
Okay. Wait, hold on. I'm cooking. There we go.
There we go.
Get out of my way! You're so big. Sorry, I'm not. Look at him, dude.
Oh God!
I'm not in the wrong
I didn't
gear.
realize that was an elephant.
Yeah. Well, technically, I think it's a mammoth.
Oh,
I just hit the nerd emoji on you.
I just. There's a lot that was happening, and that's Katamari in a nutshell. Also, I forgot to mention this in my thing. By the way that you can donate to this event is by clicking the donate to charity button. It's located where you usually see the subscribe button. We're not subscribing today, we're donating to charity. And you also can donate from mobile while you're out and about, like I said, doing your heckin' dang last minute shopping for your family, your friends, or maybe yourself. There's no shame here. And while you're out and about, probably eating some delicious food or heating up your leftovers, whichever one tickles your fancy. Maybe you're bougie and you're doing a little bit of A and a little bit of B.
Yeah, it's it is really easy to donate today. In terms of technical ability, it doesn't take much.
Are those?
If you can't donate, that's okay too.
No, they're
Dude,
not honeycombs.
It's dirt. I'm
so sad.
This stage is awesome. We're digging a hole, and it's also like low-key the most satisfying level in the entire game if you play it right. There we go. We're waiting to pick up all of the color, the like pink and purple and blue dirt here, and then once we size up a little bit, there we go. And really,
I was gonna say the sizes of each like dirt layer is very easy to memorize. It's just the tens on the centimeters, so you have to get 40 to pick up the colorful blocks, and then 50 to pick up the dirt layer.
Yeah.
And the next layer, we're gonna need 60 to pick up the next layer of colorful blocks.
Can I just say, as someone who has a graphic design background too, that this brings me immense joy.
Yeah, it's really good. I love this stage. The next two stages are actually probably the most satisfying in the game to play, because we are able to just kind of roll through them really easily. They are like so frictionless that it's so fun to both watch and is so satisfying to play. All right, only need one more centimeter and the crown, and then we're out. Yeah, this level is like this level is like neurodivergent incarnate, where it's like, oh, it's like those sensory fruit videos where I'm like, I should be enjoying this.
No, it's kind of like those videos of people who have the spinning wheel and they pour paint on it.
Yeah, that's also true.
Just letting the neurodivergence out everywhere.
It's everywhere neurodivergence.
I was just letting it out everywhere. It's funny because I'm not autistic, but I do have diagnosed CPTSD and anxiety. And so it's just very funny to see how many of those things overlap as well.
Yeah.
And just finding the special niche that you're just like, this pleases me. This is what makes me happy. It's just watching someone's reel of paint being poured on a spinning wheel and making like fun designs and stuff. There's another one that they have where they do it with markers, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Oh, joy. Sorry.
This stage is actually way more like that, because we're gonna load into a desert and we're a ball of water, and we're gonna roll around the desert and make it an oasis.
Yeah, this is a very satisfying level. This is it's actually a callback to a level in Katamari Forever with the same kind of theme.
Yeah, I need
but very satisfying in this game.
Please. Thank you. Here we go.
Very satisfying in this game, especially because the momentum glitch, if you utilize it perfectly, you can start going like extremely quick and just watering everything.
Yeah, it's really fun. This game, this is a much better IL than it is in full game, because in full game we have to get like 3 of the most annoying grounds in the game. We have to water this area over here to make an ostrich come back. Where are you, buddy? I miss you. There we go.
There it is.
And then we have to roll off the edge here. I usually leave this bottom area kind of untapped, because it allows you to kind of just roll off the stage from the very top all the way back down, and it's really fun.
I just realized that was an ostrich, by the way. I've been calling it an emu for a long time.
Maybe it is an emu. I don't know. Can you roll up the ostrich? I don't think you can.
No, you can't.
So
no.
Is it in another state? Surely not. Game it. Access your memory of the collection in this game, please.
I'm useless here because I haven't made it this far yet. Oh god, the Adventure of the Queen segments are so obnoxious.
Oh, they're awesome. I love them, but they are slow to watch, unfortunately.
Oh my god.
I see someone asking about it in chat.
Yes.
So I would like to give a reminder, since a lot of people are joining us from the Twitch front page, which is wild. The crowns are required in any percent because they're a progression blocking collectible. We need to collect 60 by the end of the game. We're coming up on the end of the game a lot faster than you might think. So if you want to donate during Katamari, you gotta get them in soon. I'll say we're coming up on lots of gold very shortly. We have only A-Lap 5, A-Lap 4, and the rest of this stage until we get to lots of gold. I would love to see chat go all out for lots of gold. Like, it's just in the, come on. It's in the
that person ran by that has a crown.
Don't worry, we'll take care of them later.
It's that's one of the hardest parts of this stage, honestly, especially when you're like really trying to play optimally, is tracking where Medjed is. I'm not actually sure what Medjed is, but it's named Medjed, and
I'm sure it's some mythology thing.
Oh. Yeah.
This Katamari game loves doing that. It's awesome.
Oh my god. Well,
all our Percy Jackson girlies in the chat can will feel right at home in ancient Egypt.
Well, and I was gonna say, like, that is such the Katamari experience too. Is exactly what just happened with me, where I'm just like, oh, the crown is there, and then you have to remember that you still have other objectives, and you're just like, but I want the crown, and you're like desperately, is it floating too high above your? Never mind, you got it. I was about to actually like crash out and be like, what in the world? I can't reach it.
So the strat we do there is to get a timer at a later part of the stage, because the timer is just right in our way, so we can't really do anything about it. And we freeze time in order to stop the ghost from running around.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I want to say welcome on in from the Shampoo community. Shampoo is one of our Black and the Flash members, which is a side community of Games Done Quick. So while we're here raising money for Autistic Women and Nonbinary Network, which is very big on intersectionality, one of those networks that they want to also include is the POC community, like those in Black and the Flash, our all-Black speedrunning community. If you don't know much about us, you can do !BAF in the chat. We've got some events coming up. We're going to be doing Speeding Through the Holidays during the week of Kwanzaa in December, and we're going to be doing Back to Black in February. So if you love supporting the marginalized girlies like you're doing today, make sure you come and check us out.
And if you don't
supporting the marginalized girlies, we're at $1,885 raised for Autistic Women and Nonbinary Network, which means that we are $115 away from that $2,000 objective that we have, and that run is coming up to a close here in just a little bit. So chat, if you want me to read your donations before we are done rolling everything in, you're gonna have to get those in within the next 15 minutes or so, I believe.
Yeah, the next stage is lots of gold, so you do save those donations. I want to see the entire chat full of
I would love
people
nothing
donating.
more than to have nothing but donations to read during the final stage. No, like, it's one of my main things with Katamari runs, especially in the original game, because in the original game, Roll Up the Moon for even like really good and speedy people is like a solid 5-minute level, and it's just like, oh my god, it's just free real estate.
It's so good.
It's so good.
This game's equivalent with ALAP 5 is so cool, because you know what? I won't spoil the surprise. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait until the end of the run to, well, kind of. There are 2 stages after ALAP 5, but it's like 3 minutes. The end of this run is so fun. I am so nervous about it.
I believe in you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And Maximus, it's an hour's gone by because we're having a good time. Hello? What do you mean? It's true. Do you not enjoy fun?
I love fun, and that's why I speedrun Katamari.
Oh, it's just such a delight. Shrimp tempura! Oh my god, that actually sounds really good. Sorry, the hunger snuck through. That was an inside thought that wasn't supposed to make it out.
The thoughts got out.
My bad.
Hey, it's okay. We support Stimmick in this marathon.
The food urge got out. I'm actually really hungry.
Yeah, I get that.
I need some yummies. Sorry.
The start of this stage, thankfully, is pretty chill. We kind of want to do a momentum glitch here, but I done goofed up my my stamina usage. Done goofed up. That is not something I would say if I haven't been in the presence of PT for the past hour.
Whoa! Why is this my fault? Hold on a second. I'm just here working, and you're blaming me for stuff.
My bad. All right, chat. I'm making enemies here. My fault.
I can't even believe this. I didn't even do anything this time.
If the vibes aren't good enough to make enemies, then what are the vibes really even there?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And for what it's worth, the squirrel energy is real because I'm super hungry, and I also live in an area where I could literally, in a 5-minute walk, go get shrimp tempura if I wanted.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Oh god, it's the best. I can't even put it in words. But anywho, we should talk more about this run.
Sure.
Something that
Go for it, game.
I was just gonna say that something that Claus mentioned was that there was a momentum glitch that you could do earlier, and this is something that's being developed throughout the run because this game is still developing. Like, new routes are being found, like literally this morning. But something that's very cool is you can track your stamina based on the number of boosts you do to kind of dynamically activate momentum glitch no matter where you are and without a setup. So like literally it will be it will literally be like, for me for example, like counting up to like should I do 8 or 9 boosts depending on how long this chain of dashes has been before I activate the momentum glitch, and just seeing better based on how it works or if it doesn't, getting feedback that way. It's like very, very difficult, but very cool, and nothing like that has been in the Katamari game so far.
Yeah, this game is probably one of the hardest Katamari games at a top level, but it is so extremely accessible that really, all you need to do is play the game some, maybe work out a crown route on your own, and boom, that's it. That's all you got. You got yourself and like an hour and 40 minutes to spare, then you can do a Katamari run right here, right now. It is really, really a blast. And frankly, this game is probably the best Katamari game since we love Katamari. And if you know me, you'll know, which isn't a lot of you. There are 10,000 of you. Sorry, 11,000 of you. That number just jumped up. It sure does. Then you know that We Love Katamari is like one of my favorite games of all time, and it's like not even close. It is by far the best Katamari game, and this is actually really, really, really good in comparison. But
yep, and we're in lots of coins now, so as we were saying earlier, if you want to donate, this is a great time to start a chain.
Yes, I want to see chat. I want to see everything. I want to see $500 raised in
Oh my
the
god!
next minute and a half.
Oh my god!
This is such an unattainable goal, but I believe in you.
No, not we're just announcing. It's like this is unrealistic. However, comma. That being said, I can't read a couple of donations out here really fast. I want to
Get them in now.
Yeah, I want to get some love to the chat. So we're currently at $1,920. Technically, it's $1,920.96, but we're not going to talk about the pennies on it. We're not going to talk about the pennies on it. What we are going to talk about is the $25 donation from Quan Lee. Thank you so much for your love and your support and coming out and hanging out with us while we roll our life together, because Lord knows that my life otherwise is a complete mess. We've got a $5 donation from Teeny Rat. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your life as a teeny rat, because based on your name, it sounds like it's going great for you. We have another $5 donation from Corable. Thank you for your donation towards autistic and trans liberation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A $5 donation from Cove of Marin. Thank you for your love for Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network. And thank you for giving a chance to a charity that we are just now featuring for the first time ever on this channel for everybody. It really, really, really goes to show how this community comes together for the good of everything under the sun. Thank you so much. We have a $5 donation as well that says, Too Old Mega Dance. Too Old Mega Dance. I feel like this is a call out to me, and I both appreciate and don't appreciate that. Thank you so much for your donation. We have another $5 from, I'm gonna try, and if I butcher your name, I am so sorry.
This is the hosting experience.
Yes, is Picanha Pick? Picanha Pick? Oh, I think it's Picanha Pick for $5. I think that makes sense. That feels phonetically correct. Please come in and be like, I don't care how excited you are. It's loud and wrong. And that's real. Please tell me I'm loud and wrong if that's ever the case. Dear God. Another $25 donation from Miss No One. Thank you for coming on in with your $25, helping out Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network. And we have a $5 donation from Emma. I said your name earlier, and now because I'm talking too fast, I can't. But it's Emma. Oh God, Emibulus. Ha ha. I can do it.
Get there.
I can do it. I got there.
All right.
I got there. I made it. Did we do okay? I talked through that.
We did.
Level.
You did so good. Thank you so much, everyone. I love that level because it is just, there's so many coins and they're all so small and they're all really fun to pick up. And also the crown routing on that level is really interesting. There's one that like falls from a tree that you have to wait on, and you can like fit in some coins while waiting. If you're low, usually you're not low. I did mess up the first magnet a little bit, but
I'm sorry. I have to be rude because somebody heeded the call and said, "Get cooked." Get cooked, nerd, with the $500 donation from Dreams LLZ. Thank you so much for your love and support to Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network. See, this is the dangerous work out there. You can't be actually doing that to people like that, because we're actually here for chaos. We're here for chaos. So thank you so much for the $500 donation, putting us at $2,435 for Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network. How you feeling, Shovel? We got over 2K for a bunch of neurospicy nerds. I love that for us.
Make sure to use your stopwatch. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. I got it. Thank you, Gameit. Gameit's my little assistant, my little Navi that comes out every now and then and is like, "Hey, put on the iron boots, dumbass."
It is like it is a little unfortunate in this game. You can accidentally have like items, and it'll prevent you from collecting new items. So, like if you were to forget that you had the stopwatch when you want to get a magnet, you have to use it, and you have to wait like the 10 seconds for it to deplete. Yeah, which I've done before.
It's so annoying, actually. That's like. There are two things I hate about this game. One is Katamari Ball, which you didn't even see, so, like, who cares? The other is the power-ups needing to be put to use before you can pick up another one. I wish you could just replace it, but also that'd be really annoying in some ways, too, so, like, you know, who knows? This level, we're evil. We're gonna roll up a bunch of icicles for this Yeti, who's like, there are a bunch of icicles in my home, get them out, please! And then we roll directly into the Yeti. I'm sure it didn't hurt. It is canon, for what it's worth, that the Katamari actually feels... Yeah, the Katamari, when you get rolled up, canonically feels euphoric. Like, actually, like... We're all thinking the word, right? So, you know, it is, like, probably not a problem. Probably.
Maybe.
I'm sure the Yeti's fine.
Everything's fine.
He either got stuck with a bunch of icicles, which hurt, and like, you know, that's fair. But he did also get rolled up by the Katamari. Have we thought about that?
I mean...
Yeah, at least the icicles are out of his home. That's what he requested.
True. That is what he wanted. So we did succeed in that front. This is a...
specify anything extra.
Okay. Anyways, before I say something I regret. Oh, that crowd cycle is so lucky, actually.
Nice.
This level is perfectly sized mammoth. This is also the same kind of gimmick that we see some in We Love Katamari, where you don't know how big you are, and you're aiming for a specific size. The only thing we care about in this level are the crowns. So we are just gonna try to get big enough to get this crown here. Please. There we go. That's the Katamari experience right there.
Actually, the Katamari experience. I'm so irritated. We just both like brain syncs on it as like the true Katamari experience. Rolling up stuff and watching things fall off and being like, why?
Yeah. I've gotten the crowns. I'm not big enough. So I do need to...
You guys spam through the text.
There we go. No, you can just press square until you get big enough. That's what I just spam square the entire time there to end the stage. As soon as you're big enough, it's really nice. We are really lucky that
you have
stage.
to advance the text, but yeah.
Yeah. That one crown cycle was really nice, actually, like perfectly timed, completely by accident. I'll say it. I didn't intentionally do that. You think too highly of me.
What you can do for that crown route is you just, as long as you start the level right away, if you can use the music as a consistent cue for when the crown's gonna pop out of the ground.
I thought about that. Anyways. We're getting into as large as possible 5. This is the last as large as possible stage and the third from last stage in the entire game. And it is extremely difficult. So I'm going to try to lock in Game It if you want to explain some of what this the stage's early game will look like.
Yeah, so just starting this level, you want to do a momentum glitch. Ideally, we'll see what happens.
I kind of got one, and I hit the flower pot evil that's evil and kills you.
Yeah, Claus actually did get it, even though it was a little bit weird with the bonking at the beginning. But you can actually manually adjust, and that's kind of what ended up happening. But yeah, you just want to get big enough for this these walls behind this oyster, which you just pass through. But you want to specifically be big enough for those walls, otherwise they they block your progress.
Yeah, I'm gonna get these for a little bit of size reassurance, just because. Usually, you can mentally track without looking at the size in the top left of the screen, how big you are, depending on what objects you're able to pick up. I use that a lot in this stage in specific. This is also, like, by far my most played stage, so hopefully it goes well. We'll see.
Yeah, luckily in this stage, compared to all the other stages, is that we're past the crown, so we have no worry about getting any crowns. We're just looking to gain size as quickly as possible. And our strategies for doing so is going to be holding on to this magnet for, you'll see, until the optimal moment to use it.
Yeah, I hope you guys are chill with the magnet joining us along for the ride. If not, then I might have to ask you to get out of the vehicle. Because this guy's a little bit useful.
Whoa. You can't be kicking people out like that.
I mean, hey, the magnet, I hope people have been sold on the magnet so far, because this thing is really useful. I need to... What has happened to me? Interesting. Somehow I completely missed the signpost here, and that's going to make the moving cycles in this stage really weird now. There are a few moving vehicles specifically here. This big chariot is getting in our way. That's chill. We have to be a little bit mindful of just how big we are in this part in specific. So I'm not looking to go over, I think it's 12 centimeters rather. 12 meters is the part of the stage where you transition to the next size. And there's this magnet here in the center that we want to come back for after our next magnet. If we're too big, then it gets really, really worrisome. The next part of the stage will be really slow.
Yeah, you absolutely just need to make sure to get this magnet before it despawns.
Yeah. I guess that's also something we haven't mentioned with crowns, is that a little bit bigger than usual, so I do need to play this a little bit carefully. The crowns also despawn when the level gets bigger, so we need to be very careful about how crowns have been collected up to this point. Thankfully, we're past that now, so I don't got to think about it now. But I definitely played that very safe just because of, one, how big I was before going into the magnet, and also because this stage really, really, really suffers if you don't get this magnet, and I want to showcase it as good as I possibly can, because this stage gets really cool in the last half. We'll get there shortly.
Yeah, another way to put it is that with the magnet, it enables you to grow incredibly quickly in a certain segment that's coming up, so...
Also, everyone in chat, I hope you're enjoying Mr. Sunshine. This song is so good. I actually adore this song. I have also listened to it for a long time, so maybe I'm a little bit Stockholm Syndrome into it, but it's so good. This is the part that really matters. We're gonna try to force a huff where we run out of stamina here and carry a bunch of our speed over here. And by the time we get to this big village here, we're gonna refill on our stamina, and I'll let the rest speak for me.
Yeah, lock in.
Oh, I guess if we're locking in, I'm going to take this opportunity to sneak in. By the way, thank you so much to Jackal77 for another $5 donation.
Let's go, dude!
And very nice.
Woo!
Very well executed.
Oh, okay.
I was so
That's all I
nervous
need to
about
lock in
that.
for. Sensational. Okay, I
We're
will
locked out
go
for
away
a little
again.
bit. Next stage, you will have plenty of time, PT. Don't worry. I feel the host urge. That dash chain is so vital to how this stage is played that missing it actually loses minutes. It's like bad if you miss it. I need to.
Yeah. So just to like put into context what just happened, Claws went from 18 meters to like 70 meters in like 5 seconds. It is so important, and without it, like the stage is just played so differently and so much more slowly. Very
unfortunately,
impressive.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I did bonk there and also messed up my dash timing. I accidentally pressed the trigger early. But this is the much less important dash chain that I just missed, so totally chill. We can pick up this rocket kind of as a pseudo backup, which allows us to roll up a bunch of size. And thankfully, we're big enough to where it really doesn't matter. We can come over to this city, and this city gives us a ton of size, like actually like 30 meters. And then we can pick up the big icicles here. The Eagle Isle is what that item says, along with all the mammoths and the snowman here. And That'll get us to 200 meters, and that is A lap 5. Whew. That
Very
is such a scary stage. I'm perfectly okay with missing the second magnet since that first magnet went so well. Oh my gosh. Actually money. I'm very happy with that. All right, we're into the final 2 stages. We have 2 stages left in the main any percent, but we have a bunch of bonus stages after, so stick around. Don't go anywhere.
We do have bonus stages. I almost forgot
sure
about
do.
that. I love when we get to roll more.
I do too. This is the Cosmic Scroll. We're gonna have to plug up this black hole. So in order to do that, we're gonna go to present day and play one stage that's like 50 seconds long. I don't have a way to explain this really. Rev Up Those Friars is maybe the most simple stage in the game, and I'm convinced that most of the reason that it's here is because they wanted to name it that. That's the actual stage name. The strat here is really simple. We're gonna get the magnet at the start and then use the magnet all the way through the stage once we're a little bit bigger. So we also only need 5 centimeters of size. So PT, you wanna talk some about people donating in the charity?
Oh, yes, I can do absolutely that. I want to remind everybody, too, of who we're doing this work for. So all the money that we're donating today is going to make its way over to Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network. Again, this is the first time that we've actually featured this charity, and it's a very exciting time, very, very lovely, and I love all of the things that you've been doing for us so far, chat. We've raised $2,435, and as a reminder for their entire mission, the Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network provides community support and resources for autistic women and gender non-binary people through disability justice. Oh, wait, are you telling me to be quiet?
You're good. No, you're good.
Okay, gender and racial equality.
Important.
I was like,
It's
oh
fine.
no, did I take too long? But yes,
That stage is just that short.
Oh my god. Well, at any rate, I can shorten my blurb here as it is. The Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network is helping out people across the intersectional conversation, be it gender, racial equity, neurodivergence, and many other things, and making a more equitable world for us to navigate through. There you go. I can finish it up.
Perfect. Thank you. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted
No,
to
you're fine. I was just like, oh, my bad. Sorry.
All good.
Yikes.
This is the final stage. It's called That Hole. For some reason, that I'll leave the chat to guess.
Yep, I'm getting a Madeline. Nope.
It's the stage name. I can't just not say the stage name. This stage is from the top-down perspective, much like the final stages in some of the other Katamari games. We love Katamari is a little bit mad. Its whole flow has been stolen throughout this entire game. But the main goal is to just size up enough to plug up the black hole in the center of the Cosmos Scroll.
Oh, yeah, we know.
planets
Yeah,
do
the
that.
the routing on this level is very tricky because the planets matter most for size.
Yeah.
But you also it's very hard to see because it's top down, like where the planets are, like relative to where you are. So as of right now, like I feel like the only quote unquote route is one that Hana Kapura developed. Also, huge shouts to Hana Kapura.
Yeah,
Developing like so many routes in this game.
This game would be not anywhere close if Hana Kapura didn't take up the mantle at the start and really show his stuff. Actually, phenomenal Katamari runner of the entire franchise. It's kind of hard to underestimate how good Hana Kapura is at this game. All right, and we're coming up on time, by the way. Once we roll into the black hole there, and that's time. Just underestimate. Easy.
Love that for you.
All right.
GG.
The Cosmos Scroll has been fixed. We are going through a bunch of King dialogue where he says some frankly unhinged stuff, so I'm gonna mash through it as fast as possible.
That's the entire premise. Yeah, I would say that's the entire premise of Katamari as a game, is that the king messes up the universe and then he yells at you a bunch to fix it. There are some wonderful one-liners that the king has, but absolutely and truly, the king in every iteration of the game, unhinged beyond comprehension. He's a mess. It's delightful, but also terrifying.
He
But
actually
yeah, as you
isn't
said,
that misbehaved in this game, funnily enough. It's kind of nice. It's a good change of pace. But yeah, that's any percent. We're done with the main showcase. I think we're gonna go ahead and load up my completed set. Well, I'm missing like 5 crowns. Ignore that part. That'll make some people in chat mad. But we're loading into my saved game file that I played casually, and we're gonna play a bunch of stages. First and foremost, we're gonna start with as large as possible race, because this stage is one of my favorites in the entire game. This is inspired by the We Love Katamari level, where you are on a racetrack and your Katamari automatically accelerates. Same vibe. I will also say most of these don't really have routes, so I'm going off of like a very loose route that I kind of remember that I played around with like a few days ago. So my memory is not good on them, but it's okay. This is the world's most the world's best magnet. Don't worry about it. I don't remember how this start goes, actually. It's fine. Yeah, thank you all so much for donating for some extra Katamari rolling. I think I remember we go around the perimeter until we get to the main island. This'll be a theme.
I'm not too familiar with this IL, but the We Love Katamari IL for the racetrack level is actually just one of the most intense and optimized levels ever.
Yeah.
And this level is very similar, where instead of on a racetrack, it's like a boat racetrack because you're in the pirate-themed world.
Having a boat race. Yeah, this the one difference I think with this stage compared to We Love is that you can actually turn around with the Prince turn. And we didn't talk about the Prince turn a ton in any percent, but I'm bumping into every object in the game right now. It's chill. The main thing that the Prince turn does is turn you around 180, and it's extremely useful for getting certain lines that otherwise you really couldn't have work super well. It's been a staple of the Katamari series since the very start, and it's extremely useful. But yeah.
Yeah, and We Love Katamari, you have to be more conscious about, making sure you don't get stuck. The only thing you can do is slowly turn around, but luckily...
Yeah. They did change that in this game, which is a little bit nice of them. What isn't nice is how many objects we're running into.
I was gonna say, like, you're doing bumper cars in the water here. It's kind of intense. Bumper
I played
boats.
a Flash game like that once.
Oh,
I'm sure
no.
there's one out there.
Oh god, I don't want it.
Well, okay, PT doesn't rock with Flash games. Noted.
Oh my god, my age, my back hurts. I hate it.
The up top here is a ton of size as well, so we're really trying to get big enough to where we can climb up here without many troubles. Being up here is also terrifying just because everything goes. Please, there we go. Everything goes forward forever, so we are, having a time. But there we go.
There you go.
All right. In order to get another magnet, because I accidentally pressed Alt done to go to the in stage screen, so that overrides your stored item. We're gonna go play as large as possible one, where we're gonna do something we didn't get to do in any percent, which is show it who's boss and go as fast as possible. I figure, you know what? It's a cute way to start. And also a good way to get a magnet if you accidentally overwrite one. To go back to the stage that we all started with, that we couldn't go fast on, and now that we can, we're gonna show how fast it can actually be done, because this route is really funny.
Yeah, and one of the most prominent aspects to the individual level speedruns in this game that we don't talk about is before the music starts, like before you press start or pick up an item, you can actually move to any starting point you want, and the game doesn't start the timer. And because of that reason, you can set up each start.
Yeah.
And it leads to a lot of creativity, and a lot of people don't prefer to do ILs like that. However, because the timer hasn't started on the level yet, and people are going to be competing for what the timer on the level says, we've allowed it, and it's led to some very creative and just interesting ILs throughout the game on the levels that allow you to do so.
Yeah. The cool thing about well, one, I will say we're not doing all that because we gotta get out of here fast, okay? Yeah, we gotta get through these quickly. I'm not setting up stuff for IL's sake. I'm also not an ILer at heart, but the other thing is that the timer power-up usually is what you go to if you're doing ILs. We're not doing all that because the timer only saves in-game time. I don't care about in-game time, respectfully. The timer freezes time for 10 seconds, and that includes the in-game timer. So I just want to make sure
it's on record for everybody to know that literally Shovel just said they don't care about your in-game time. Get your IGT out of here, you IGT nerds.
I'm sorry.
Shovel's not sorry.
I only don't care in the context that everyone donated for me to go fast, so I'm going fast.
This is true. This is true. They also donated to get us a $2,500 raised for Autistic Women at Nonbinary Network. It's true. I'm looking at it. It's actually $2,501.
Whoa.
That extra dollar makes a difference.
It sure does. This stage is kind of similar in that, are kind of important in the regard of timers because this is the first level in Katamari Damacy, but we only have 60 seconds to complete it. And since the timers freeze the in-game timer, we can very quickly just roll up a bunch of stuff with the in-game timer freezing every time we do. And that's that. Easy.
Yeah, so fun fact, the speedrun for this level is officially, the world record, is officially 2 seconds because they just activate a timer, they run around and grab some stuff, and then they activate one more timer, and the whole level gets done before that timer finishes.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool. The next stage is going to be Tag Your It. We'll see how much time we have after this for another one. But Tag Your It has a route. I don't know it very well. This level is really strange and is actually a great time to mention every game, or every stage in this game. Oh, I need to use the magnet for that first guy, actually. I did remember that. That guy flies away from you very rudely if you don't. Every game, or every stage in this game has slightly different physics. Sometimes it's really noticeable. Other times it's like barely a problem. This stage is one of the times where it's really noticeable because your Katamari rolls really sluggishly throughout this entire stage. But Tag Your It is the post-game reward for collecting all of the cousins. Usually the post-game reward in some of the other games is getting a million roses as a special stage. I'll say it. I'm glad I don't have to collect a million roses.
And we love Katamari. You do also get the same tag style level before the million roses.
That's true.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is just a bunch of cousins. So I'm going to take some time to do some shout-outs so we don't have to do it after the incentive. First and foremost, thank you all so much for the donations during this run. I did not... We started this run at $750 or something.
We did.
I did not expect anywhere close to the amount that we got. So really and truly thank you all. This cause is so important, I think, especially as someone whose identity is almost entirely informed and kind of inspired by the ways that neurodivergency affects me. It's hard to explain, and we don't have enough time for all that. So I'm not going to explain further. You can come on my stream and ask me questions about it if you care at twitch.tv/shovelclaws. I haven't been streaming recently, but I am going to start again because I have a run in this upcoming AGDQ alongside GameIt, who will be running this game again at AGDQ, and the game will be so different. So you'll definitely want to watch that run. I'll be on commentary, and it'll be a vibe. It'll be a good time. game that I am playing is Minute. It's a really cool kind of a Zelda-like adventure game where you only have a minute to live, so it's a time loop game. And I'm gonna be going for maybe world record. We'll see. World record uses strats that I'm like kind of bored by because it's complicated. But maybe we'll see. We'll see how I feel. Otherwise, I'll just be streaming that and maybe some other games. I want to do. There are a few games coming up that I really like to play. And that's kind of my whole thing. I play new games and indie games and weird stuff that no one knows about or cares about. And it's, I think, I don't know, it's a really cool experience to be able to show games that people aren't able to see anywhere else. I've connected to a lot of indie devs, and the experiences I've had from them are so inspiring, and being able to showcase their games in a unique and fun way is really fun. With that, I think that'll be the bonus stage showcase. I wish I had a little bit more time to show some more, but that's what you could go play this game for. There are so many stages in this game. Like, so many. A lot of them aren't required for any percent. Some of them are so annoying. Shout out to Cowbear. You know what? We have time for one more stage. Cowbear Pasture. This is what we'll end on. But yeah, other than that, you can find me twitch.tv/shovelclaws, everywhere shovelclaws, really, but I'm mostly on Twitch. And also Blue Sky. Game It, do you have anywhere you want to shout out that we can find?
So I was just gonna say, if you want to watch me speedrun this game any percent, I can go to twitch.tv/game1t. That's like Game It, but it's a 1 instead of an I. And then also, I'd be thankful if you checked out my run at AGDQ.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for it. I'm going to be practicing nearly every day for it. And shouts to Hana Kapora for
so true
being so good at this game and innovating, and the Katamari speedrunning server and community in general. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Game It, for joining me. This game is not easy to talk and play at the same time. I'll say it. So I appreciate it a lot. And with that, I think we're out of here. Cowbear done. Cowbears. Yeah, this stage is so funny.
Oh my gosh, the these stages are always in the Katamaris too, where they throw you for a loop, where they're just like, okay, I need you to roll up cows. And you're like, sweet, and you get a cow, and they're like, dope, you did great. And you're like, I rolled up one cow, and they're like, yeah, that's fine. It's like, no, it's not fine. I'm supposed to roll up like 80. What? Why? Yeah, those are always fun.
Half the time, it's not even a cow. It's messed up.
Yeah, it's like a person in a cow suit or some other nonsense. But thank you so much, Shovel and Game It, for showcasing, again, one of my all-time favorite franchises, Katamari Damacy. Once Upon a Katamari is a game that just came out within this year. If you have not seen it before this, I hope that you've enjoyed it. Go out, play it, get other iterations of it. There's very, very few instances in which rolling is not the answer. Please, please, please enjoy the Katamari Damacy series. But with that said, we are going to take a short break and get ready for the next run. This is your reminder to get up, stretch your legs, grab a snack. If you need to go forth and get some water, maybe get some meds, or even just, I'ma say it, unshrimp your back. Quit hunching. Okay, I'm telling you as an old person, don't hunch your back. You can't unshrimp after a certain point. Unshrimp your back now, and then we'll be back here in a couple of moments with some more speed runs benefiting Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network.